Evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. We are live. We're in the money. We're in the money. We're in. Sorry, I won't do that. Right, let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we get going. Before we get inundated with Omar Mamouche, who's done his ligaments, done an ACL, torn everything in his knee. This was Omar Mamouche after the game. Does the guy look like he's torn ACLs at that point, guys? If you've torn an ACL, you're not on the pitch smiling and laughing. So let's drop the scaremongering until we know. When we know, we'll know.
Yeah.
This was Omar Mamouche at full time. No stretcher, no nout. Arms round everyone. Let's just relax. I know everyone.
Stay off Twitter, guys. Stay off Twitter.
Yeah, don't go on the Twitter on the Twitter gangbang. Not gangbang, Jesus. Whoa. That's demonetized. Hype train, gang train, whatever.
But anyways, Haaland has, it seems like he's getting back into form. I think that's a good sign. For some of our players, I know people are like, oh, John Stones is injured, but I think it was good to send him back anyway. To build up because we're about to get into a long stretch here of games.
That's what old Mama Mooch is getting, a long stretch.
So, on one hand, I understand that we have a lot of injuries, but on the other hand, I think some of these injuries are just recuperation and getting back ready for a lot of games coming up for us.
Yeah. Sorry, a little bit of housekeeping. Let's get them likes in nice and early. It does help your channel grow. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. We are 540 away from 8K. Come on, let's get it going. We've got to do it. W thumbnail. Thank you very much, David. I do try. Hope everyone is doing well. Please subscribe. Big up, Mingy Wong. Hope you're well. Listen, would you rather talk about this or be watching England? If you're watching England, what are you doing? Hello, Sam. And now a goal. Yeah, Haaland's got 2 goals and assist. DC, good evening. Hope you are well. Hi, Mike. Watching you because we were on last night. Want to give it a watch. NUFC talk. NUFC talk. Listen, we will go into it tomorrow with Oil Brothers. Oil Brothers. Over on Black and White.
It's going to be spicy.
It will be a spicy one. It's going to be spicy. Me and Baz are ready. We're ready. But can I just say, me, Baz, Ian, others, we are all friends. We're not going to fall out over all this. Yes, City have pulled the drawbridge up. City have shown they've got a set of balls. It's about time. We'll talk about it in a minute. Dash, hello. Yes, thank you, mate. Lovely. Haven't got a clue where the hype button is on. Yeah, the hype button, just to let you know, I only figured it out. I think it's something you can do after. But you get 3 hypes a week on your accounts. 3 hypes where you can hype, where YouTube pushes that video more than others. Goes into the YouTube algorithm a lot more. So what you do is you'll see at the bottom underneath, you'll say live comments, live during the show, and you'll also now have a hype button that will appear. So yes, hype your channel galore. Enjoying the boiling piss at the moment? Yep. Mamou's being injured. It's crazy. The players are dropping like flies. Won't be surprised to see 50% of the bench full of youngsters. Pep got that's not by design, that Dash. On the APT segment, I don't think someone understand the context of the statement. It was made out to the public as now decided won or lost, but in reality, City have massively benefited. Yes, don't even get me on that, DC. Ange, hi for the life. Yeah. Air guitar time. Ring up. Hello, Brandon. How are you? Blew out. Ring up. Get them drums out. Letty, smash them likes. $1 billion in the bank. City going up and down with $1 billion in the bank. City Premier League didn't have the legal cost to go through AP, so they went for a settlement where the sponsorship will be sanctioned, and in return they would make a statement to limit PLPR damage. Spot on. I'm going to come to the memberships in a minute. Hello, Sam. Hope you are well. Blue Art. Let it. Everyone's saying hello, which I love. And Handle loving it. Miami Snoopy, roll the dough in. Here comes the money. I was going to try and get that, but I thought we're going to get copyrighted. WWE will copyright me.
They don't play. They don't play.
TKO and WWE don't play around on that. They literally just go around copyrighting shit. He does look happy. Not bad for someone with an ACL. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. My apologies. That was mine somewhere else.
His head was on the Twitter Spaces, guys. His head was on the Twitter Spaces.
City slacker, but we don't know. Let's not guess, is what I'm saying. There was no. Can we just calm down a little bit? Let's see, because he won't be scanned until tomorrow, and he'll probably be scanned. He'll be scanned by City's medical team as well. So that'll be tomorrow when he returns back. Martin's mind somewhere else. I wish. Chance to be a fine thing with the hours I do. John Grogan, good evening. City slacker, still don't worry, we'll get the real news. Martin's still going for the Costa collab. I am. I'm trying. Letter. Yeah, if anyone would like sponsorship, please get in touch with us. Couple of people have emailed me. I will email you back. One, I need to speak about doing a couple of podcast requests, so I will get into that. I will email you back within the next day or two. I promise. My apologies for my tardiness on that. I'm working on 3 hours sleep at the moment. Big up Sherwin. How the devil are you? Big up the chat, says Ed. Right. I'm going to couple of memberships and then we'll get going. Bella has been a member for 28 months. Big up, mate, for the long-standing love and support. Means so much. And Warren has joined the family. Big up, mate. We really do appreciate it. And somebody else.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Right, Ed. So the news broke. And I will be honest. All I got was City statement. Mm-hmm. And I thought, right, I'm going to get ready for a 24-hour stream because I actually thought it was 115 because I totally forgot about the APT. I really had. It went out of my head. But yeah, City released a statement. You all read it. I will get it up if people want to. I don't mind. It is what you want to do. But if you have not heard it or seen it, you probably all have. But for the people who have not, I shall, you know what, read it again. It's very, very brief. It's very, very short. The Premier League and Manchester City FC have reached a settlement in relation to the arbitration commenced by the club earlier this year concerning the Premier League's associated party transactions, APT, rules, and as a result, the parties have agreed to terminate proceedings. The settlement brings an end to the dispute between the parties regarding the APT rules. As part of the settlement, City accept that their current APT rules are valid and binding. It has been agreed that neither the Premier League nor the club will be making further comment about the matter. That was it. Nice and short. And then I started reading Manchester City became the scum, the devil of football. We were part of the cartel. We've turned our backs on everyone. Listen, in this game that we call football, as our Lord and great Saviour of the manager calls it, there are no friends. There are only interests or interested parties. And people will flip-flop to suit their needs. Manchester City have battled this for 18 months, from APT1 all the way through to APT2. When they've originally done it, it was under arbitration. That was the other thing I saw. It was within a legal system. No, it wasn't. People need to understand what arbitration means and what that entails. They were not sat in a courtroom. It was a discussion. It was, right, can we get, sit round the table? Can we sort this out, guys? Let's look at your rules. I'll look at yours and we'll come to an agreement. Or we don't. Come to an agreement. In 2023, the Etihad deal was actually renewed. Because it had to have been renewed because, as Stefan Bodson put so eloquently earlier, how the hell has Etihad been all over our stadium with shirts for the last season and a half? So it was renewed. Was it renewed at the level Manchester City wanted it to be renewed at? That we don't know. It was never announced. If you notice, we never got an announcement on Etihad renewing. Because when was the original deal with Etihad up?
I want to say 2023.
Yeah, 2022, 2023, something like that. It was a 10-year deal. So it got renewed. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been allowed to have the licensing rights all over you still wouldn't be called the Etihad Stadium. I think that's gone completely over everyone's heads. We've all been playing and sat in the Etihad Stadium for 18 months, so it got renewed. What City was saying at, Etihad value it at this. There was Etihad, Abu Dhabi Palace, Abu Dhabi First Bank. And there was going to be a sponsor for the naming rights for the stadium and the kit sponsor. All of that was agreed.
Yeah.
Where the Premier League said, no, was your value of them. Because this is where people forget. Associated Party Transactions, APT, came in 2021, I believe, when Newcastle got taken over. That was loosely called the Newcastle tax, the Newcastle rule. There was associated party rules before that and have been for a while. Under associated parties, Newcastle would have actually still failed because Seller is part of PIF. Etihad is not part of Manchester City or Sheikh Mansour. Correct. This is where people have got very confused here. Oh, England are 1-0 up. Big, who scored later? Bloody some crap player. Anyway, sorry, I'm no interested in. Keep me updated, but I really have no interest in England. They are since Timmy Tuchel took over. I've no interest in them. Maybe in a World Cup, I might do it, but we'll see. But here's my thing: associated parties are someone directly linked and owned by the owners of your football club. Associated party transactions are people loosely connected, like Etihad and Etisalat are loosely connected to Sheikh Mansour. Etihad is not an associated party. So I need to get that just very, I think Ed's just having some internet issues. That's why he's typing away. He's typing to me. So, yeah, you can see a lot of finger movement off Ed. He's just going to nip to his car and he'll come back. So, yeah, associated parties was, I think this is where people have got very confused on associated parties, associated third parties and associated parties. Very, very different. Very,
Okay,
very.
I can hear you better. Sorry.
No worries, mate. Might be the camera. So, City valued it at such a level. Maybe the Premier League said, we'll let you have the Etihad, but not at the level you said. So what we'll do is, say, for an example, City said 1 billion, even though the numbers are bigger. The Premier League will come back and say, well, how about 800 mil? And City go, yeah, well, okay, we'll push it for now and we'll attack you later. And that's what they've done. That's why there's been no statements or any amounts. City, within these 2 years, are fighting other stuff. So what they basically come to an agreement with here, and this is what has been documented, Stefan Bortz has talked about this on TalkSport all day. It looks like City have got what they wanted, because City were not fighting this for any other club. There was this belief Manchester City were fighting this for the club and for everybody else. They were not. They were fighting this for Manchester City and only Manchester City. We were not on a crusade for the Premier League. Does it make us? We don't want to be part of the cartel. We're still against all that, but in a way, yes. So what we've kind of done is got what we wanted, and it's going to sound really awful. Yeah, we have probably pulled the drawbridge up on everyone else.
Maureen, this is a business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, this is a business.
Yes.
And we all know in business, you know, when a person gets what they want, they really don't care about other people at the end of the day. I know that might sound harsh. I know people might not want to hear that, but that's reality.
Yeah. I think people have forgotten that this is a business. Big up Simo, by the way. Cameron, how the devil are you, mate? Hope you are doing well. It's over, lad. Just from the video, I can see my Mish whatever play football again. Yeah, it is. It's a dog-eat-dog world, Steve Black. These are billionaires. And this is going to sound awful. Why should Manchester City be shit on for 20 years? We've been crapped on for 20 years. Manchester City have gone, you know what? We're not taking this no more. But they were fighting for us, the club. They weren't fighting for Nottingham Forest. They weren't fighting for Aston Villa. They weren't fighting for Newcastle. I'm sorry if that hurts people, and I don't mean it. That doesn't mean that I agree with the rules that Newcastle have got to go by. And we're not saying we agree with the rules.
Yeah.
We're saying for now.
Yeah. Martin, when Chelsea found the loopholes, did they tell us or did they use it for themselves?
There you go. Oh, Bernardo scored now as well. Thank you very much, MCFC, for that very generous super chat, mate. So, really love you're a big component of the sport of this channel. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Might be a silly question, but does have better sponsorship deals heavily impact positively the budget? Yes. For example, the transfer budget. Yes, it does. Increases your PSR by a hell of a lot. So yes, it does.
And Martin, just to add to your point, another reason, and this might have been one of the major ones why I was pushed back, was what they're trying to implement in our partnership deal with Etihad and other deals for commercial is they want a growth rate. So what that is for simplified terms is an interest rate. So year after year, you will earn more money. It's not a set fee. And I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to get 5 to 8% additional each season on top of the deal. So that'll be interesting to see if that is implemented moving forward.
Everyone's like, get Erling Haaland off now. Class assist from Morgan Rogers, bring him home. No happening. Formidable, how are you, mate? Hope you are well. Our owners have a duty to look after our club, nobody else's. Absolutely spot on. And that has what been lost there. This is not come by getting a circle and let's all be friends. I'm sorry that sounds harsh. I know it does. But was anyone thinking of Manchester City when they were all trying to kick us out the league? I'm sorry, but I've got to be frank now. Do I feel sorry for the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle and Everton? Yes, I do. I do. But I'm not an Everton fan. I'm not a Newcastle fan. I'm not a Villa fan. They're great clubs with great history and a super fan base. And I agree. But I didn't start saying football is not a moral high ground. And I'm sorry, but it's not. And I'm not being a dick with that. If Manchester City gets shafted and relegated, are Newcastle, Villa, and Everton going to care about us? No, United won't. Villa won't. People are getting too concerned about what's going on elsewhere. And I don't agree with it. I will say it for the 3,000th time. I don't agree with the rules that are in place. But we fought.
Well, Martin, that's the thing. Like, we're not in charge of any of that.
No, it's a 14 vote. 14 team vote. We can't get blamed. We tried to fight. We fought. We got what we wanted. And we've gone, do you know what? Carry on. There has to be concessions. Now, I know that Rob Draper and others mentioned stuff, and because I'm sorry, I will say this, people's understanding of the English language in the last 24 hours has been deplorable. Deplorable. Because they've not understood it. At no point did it ever say Premier League won, a City won. What they've done is they've each had some concessions. City have backed down and gone, right, we agree with your rules. Because what they didn't agree with in APT1, which is the original challenge, was it was illegal what they were doing under business practice, under European law and business practice, which the Premier League agreed with. And they said, right, we'll go back to the drawing board. Manchester City said, please take your time, look after this, do this properly. And they rushed it back in again. The law wasn't changed, the wording was changed and it was tweaked. City went, no, that's not good enough. So they challenged again, which was then APT2. They challenged again. And this has gone on for what? 6, 7, 8 months, and we've not heard anything about it. This has been going on in coloration of City's interests while the 115 was going on. We've sorted it. And it looks like our Etihad deal is going to be pushed through with Abu Dhabi Palace, Abu Dhabi First Bank, and Stefan Bourson said this will be a record sponsorship in British sport, was the exact word. So you're looking around 1.5 billion up to 1.75 billion over 10 years. So that's 150 to 175 million a season. And they were just rough figures. It could be more. Plus our Puma deal at $1 billion, 100 million a season. And that was well within the market value because Adidas were offering over 80, Nike were offering. So Puma, 80 million to 100 million is not a big shift in change. And where I disagree with, people have got to realise Manchester City has been the most successful football club in the last 10, 15 years. No one has done what we've done. You get money for winning trophies. You get money for winning trebles. You get money for being in the Champions League consistently for 15, 16 consecutive seasons that no other English football club has done. For 15, 16 years, when was the last time we were not in the Champions League, Ed? When was the last time? Can you remember? Sure, it was under Mancini. Sorry, I think Ed's we just lost that a bit. So that's where we're at. You get money for all that. 2009, thank you. You get money for that. You get money for all that, people. Shock horror. Why do you think New York Yankees got bigger sponsorships than anybody else? Why do you think when Jordan was at the Chicago Red Bulls, they were getting the sponsorship? Things happen. Newcastle, Villa, all of them will get there. It's just we are 20. Make sure I've got these calculations right. 2008. We are set nearly 20 years into this journey. Nearly 20 years into this journey. I don't mean now, Rajak. I'm talking back in their heyday. I don't mean now, bloody hell, Rajak. But you know I don't mean now. But tell like that tomorrow night if you want, mate. Go and give Rajak a love and a share and a subscribe, people. Top guy. So you get money for all that. You get money for having KDB. You get money for having Erling Haaland. You get money for all of this. How do you think we're paying Erling Haaland 500-600 grand a week? Even bloody Jordan's agreeing with all this now. Even he's like, yeah. When are people going to wake up and realize? Now, for me, I think this has been part of the plan. Did we mess up as a football club after the treble? Yes, we didn't. I have said this on multiple occasions, even though I get labelled a happy clapper, etc., etc. I have said we did not buy enough first-team players. We bought too many squad players. We tried to get first-team players. We tried to get Bellingham. We tried to get Declan Rice. We tried to get numerous people. Didn't want to come. You move on. We had 34 players. 3 weeks ago, 34 players. We're now down to 25. We're now actually down to about 10 with the amount of injuries we've freaking got. So, in January, we've cleared the decks. From January onwards, we can now spend. So, who's to say we won't have a Liverpool transfer window next summer? Who's to say we won't? Maybe we just had to clear the decks. Maybe we've had to remodel a little bit, get ourselves into a situation where we can go spending again. So there you go. I'm not trying to do this happy club. I'm trying to say this is also a long game. This is not short term. Maybe we have to take a year, 18 months, a little bit of hardship, a little bit of, oh, not used to this. Oh, new pair of shoes, bit tight, get me used to them. And then next summer in January, we go and we do a Liverpool and we spend. I get people have lost a little bit of faith. But the other day I was, as you know, I do my spaces. I'm sorry, I am on my soapbox at the minute. I am. I apologise. I mean, you know, in the comments, how rude of me. I will come back to you all in a minute because you're all legends and thank you so much. Ed's just dealing with work at the minute. That's why I'm doing this. The simple fact is, I will make this very, very clear. I did a space the other day and someone said, our owners don't care anymore. We don't have the best owners. We have the best owners. We will never, ever do a them over the road that we're going to have at the weekend. You know why? Because our owners, His Highness Sheikh Mansour, Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, will never, ever allow that to happen. We had one off season and we went and spent nearly 200 million in January. Does that look like a board that don't give a shit, don't give a toss, don't want to try and get out of a problem? I don't see many other clubs slapping 160 million down when they've got a problem. We do, because our owners give a damn. So stop hearing this shit about our owners. We've had a bad couple of years. We've made errors. We're now course correcting. But maybe we can't course correct all in one go. Maybe we need to course correct slowly. Not as quick as what we all thought, including me. We didn't get the squad to where it needed to be till 7 p.m. on deadline day. So balls what any other bloody club thinks now. I'm sick of caring about the... I've got friends and I wish them all the best, but I'm not... And I'm a fan of Manchester City. This here is what matters. With respect, I'm sorry, I don't care about the West Ham badge, and I don't mean that in an awful way, Steve, because big up yourself, West Ham, top club. I don't care about Aston Villa's future. I care about English football. But my allegiances are one and true to Manchester City. That is it. I'm sorry, but that's the way I am. Anyway, let's get back in your comments. I'm way behind, and I apologise because I'm missing super chats and all sorts. Highland hat trick, yeah, we like it. I want Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton at City. Elliot Anderson would be perfect. I agree with you, Essie, but I think you'd have to probably lose a Rodri to do that. I think you would have to lose Rodri to get Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton. And I know Bernardo and Kovacic are likely to leave, but Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson won't sit on our bench, and neither will Reinders. So I think we've got to be a little bit careful how we rebuild it on levels. Yes, we all want the Galactico squad. We all want the top players. Haaland, actually, who are Norway playing? Can anyone let me know? And I'm way behind, so I'll just look on the screen. What the missed here from Pulver? It's a business, a massive one. It's not bloody five-a-side. You know what? Spot on. Let them fight their own battles. Yeah, and you know what? If Newcastle fight it, Villa fight it, I'll stand behind you and I'll say, best of damn luck. I'm with you and I hope you win. But challenge it. I said it last night in UFC talk. Question your owners. Question them. Get them. Say to your owners, send them an email, put a tweet out, whatever. Why aren't you getting me a training ground sponsor? Why aren't you getting me this? Why aren't you getting me B, C, and D? Question them. We do. We had one season where we complained about match tickets. We questioned it and it got changed thanks to 1894 Social Blues or Social Citizens, MCFC Food Bank, and all the gang over there. 1894, Nick, Dante, Big Steve, myself, Andy at 9320 Pubcast. We rocked, and everyone else. We pushed that, and City listened. City listened. If you want something bigger.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. You want something bigger.
Sorry, mate.
Fight for the damn thing. Like I said, I will be with you all the day if you fight it. But fight it.
No, and you mentioned this numerous times, Martin. Like, sometimes you got to look at your board before you look at clubs.
Of course you do. Why does no one do that, though?
I don't know, man. They're looking for other people to solve their own problems.
But that's the problem with frigging society, mate. We want somebody else to get our problems solved for us. And that's spot on, John. They wanted us all to piss off. Exactly. I'm sorry. It sounds very selfish about, and I don't mean to. I really don't, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make me a dick. City out here breaking records on and off the pitch. Exactly. Here comes the money. Steve, yep, can't find it. We lost a one. Exactly. We have a $1 billion deal with his own as well. Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate that, mate. It's a bit rude saying turn the sound down as Martin on his soapbox. Who said turn the sound down? You can do that yourself, guys. But I'm sorry if I'm shouting your ears off. I'm out for the fiver. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I could not give a toss about any other club. No one gave a toss about us for years. How many of us got dogs abusing the fans of these same clubs? Thank you, mate. And you know what, Ed? He's right. He's right, Ed. And me and Amar don't agree on a lot lately, but we're agreeing now. And that is spot on formidable. That is. We have a one city with a concern. I'm way behind on comments. I do apologise. City's consensus has gone through the roof. Senor, there you go. Second, you and Ma. Belly, thank you for the gifted one. I don't know who's got that, but if you have got a gifted off Bella, please say thank you. We have our manners here in the Mancunian way.
Martin, can you hear me?
Yep. The best chat and community on YouTube, in my opinion. You are simply the best. We're not the biggest. We're the best. I feel this is bigger than 115. Well, go on, Ed. I've had my 30-minute rant. Go on. What do you think about it?
No, I was just saying, people want you to forget all the things they were saying and doing, and now they got new owners. I'm supposed to forget all the words you said? Like, come on, that's not how the real world works. And just because you have some new owners doesn't mean, what you're saying didn't hurt. What you were saying, you weren't looking out for us. Your board wanted us to go down. So now when I'm in a position of power, you want me to look after you. That doesn't make any sense.
And we haven't even talked. I mean, Jesus, I'm going to get this up. Is where we go. Look at this. Where is it? Club. Our partners. Right. Hopefully I can share this. Oh, that's not the share button. Don't do that, people. Don't do that. Right. I'm going to share this. This is Manchester City's global partners. Etihad Airlines, Puma, OKX, Asari, EA, is the Etisalat deal, Abu Dhabi Experience, Media or Media, Next Entire, Betway, EA Sports, Emirates Palace, Mandarin Oriental, Publicist Sampion, I don't know what that is, Wix, Alda, Xylam, Shaw, Exea, Sony, Snugs, JNC, Joey, how big are they now? Acronias, We Work, and then look at the regional partners. That's just global. That's global, by the way. That all there is all global. Now we come to the regional. Kellogg's, they're not a small company. Noon, Wake Up 24/7, First Abu Dhabi Bank, Yi, Big Cola, and A-Beam Consulting. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30, 34, 38, 42 partners, 42 revenue streams. Do you know what I mean, Ed? Are you there?
Yeah, no, and that's what it takes to be, to get to the level we're at. Like, we didn't get this overnight. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of success, and people tend to forget about that. We've been doing this for 15, 16 years of sustained success. And it seems like some people want some shortcuts.
That gets forgetting that, And this is why I'm saying, I'm not saying don't get upset about currently or being upset about our situation right now. But no club has ever had the 15, 16 years we've had. That's all I'm saying. Big up, Steve. And I hope you don't
It's the best run. No, it's the best run history. People forget that.
Yeah, of course they do. People do forget that. Absolutely they do. In terms of tickets, Caldoon, don't go anywhere. You got these £1 billion deals. Martin, calm down. It's only a commercial. Yeah, and listen, I love West Ham, Upton Park, Bowling Stadium, great tradition of a football club. But when it comes to business, it's not personal. It's business, as they say. So what's our first 11 on Sunday? I have no idea. We'll get to that Thursday because the problem is we don't know who's fit. We've just literally had a problem on the South Stand. Big up the South Stand. Go and give them a lot of love. What's happening with City Till I Die podcast? We had a meeting this week. We're going to have another meeting this weekend. We're trying to get someone on board. I will be very blunt and honest with you and transparent. What we want to do with the podcast is not have people on it that you hear on YouTube constantly. Because all you're going to get, I've lost Ed completely. Ed's having some issues. What we don't want is you listening to the same views, opinions, day in, day out. Otherwise, it's just rinse and repeat. So what we're trying to do with the podcast is get some new people on that we can rely, trust, everything else. People's work lives, personal lives have all got to come into line with this. And that's where we're at. Ozzy's going to be the host of it. That is what we know. And we're working on a couple of people at the minute. That sounds weird. We're in discussions with a couple of people. One we need to yet speak to. That will all be sorted out over the weekend, and there will be a decision made by next week. But touch wood, it will be back as soon as possible. We are working on it, Jack. I promise. People think this industry is just, hey, I can cut, this is, it's hard work and you have got to commit. You do. And then we appreciate every single person who comes on. Ed's working right now when he's on. It's not easy. People have kids, they have lives, they have husbands, they have wives, they have all sorts. And it's just trying to get a good blend, a good balance, and making. And we want people to be happy to come on, not worried because, they've got to do things. Because family's always first. We've always said that. Family is always first. And I'm no spokesperson. I'm just someone who rants a lot, but in a positive light. Martin, is that cold in Manchester? It is cold at the moment, mate. It's been raining. Well done for England beating Serbia and Andorra. I sense a little bit of sarcasm there, Rocky.
But Martin, why do you think? Because I saw a report earlier, right, that some clubs are very concerned about this settlement, and some clubs feel that is going to allow City just to run away with dealings and stuff like that, right? But isn't that why we got the 115? Like you guys are saying all this stuff about our commercial deals and things like that. Well, once this 115 comes out, I don't want to hear nothing from you no more.
Oh, of course you're going to wear that. But you think this is going to go quietly in the night? And I don't want to. I mean, can you surmise who them clubs might be who are unhappy with this?
Well, I think we all know a couple.
A couple?
Oh, yeah.
I am coming to the super chats, mate. Don't worry. I'm trying to catch up with everything at the minute. Turner Millpy has 2 world-class players per summer. Hey, look at that. Musiala, anyone? No, I'm joking. See, this is the other side of the coin. People are now going to be looking at Elise and
oh yeah, man. Hey, man, when you're talking about you bringing the most money in the world, we need to see that on the pitch.
Yeah, we do have Betway. We do, Louis. Big up, mate. All those guys took time being convinced our owners were the real deal. Now they're convinced we are. Exactly. Took 15 years to make and 2 years to break. But what's broken? Oh, Rocky, what's broken?
See, that's when we say people are going over the top.
Yeah, you're going OTT there. We're not broken out. It's not broken. We're going through a little bit of a lull at the minute. This is what I mean by broken. It's not broken. Well, exactly. I didn't know Kellogg's ran in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi. At least you know what I mean, Steve, because I appreciate your support, mate. And same with David T, who comes in here, who's a avid Newcastle fan. No ill will or hate towards Newcastle. I want them to fight. But it's a fight they have to fight themselves. Feel like yesterday news is the precursor to what we can expect from 115. Oh, my God. That 24-hour stream is going to ball. 24 hours we are going to be live for. And I am going to absolutely boil as much piss as I can get. I'm going to try and get Hussam on, Igal on, everyone on. They're all coming on.
Yeah, you gotta have clips. You gotta have their old clips too.
Oh, I'm gonna get all the clips out. And the clips are coming out. Hussam, I know you watch. And your clip is coming out, Sunshine, when we win 115. Get ready, my boy. By the way, big blue pill, red pill today over on this Hussam channel. Go and give it a lot of love. That was funny. Me and the gal have now apparently got some sort of beef going on. Everyone's telling me. Apparently, Gal cut me. Gal's a top guy. Didn't cook each other. It was disagreement of opinion. Bernardo was scored too. Hopefully, both he and Erlen won't use up their quotas tonight. I didn't know you were even in London. You know what? Formidable. All this time I didn't know you were in London, mate. Big up. Yeah, South Stand. Big up. What about big up? No, I'm just saying big up. Right, let's get into some of these super chats. FIFA, thank you for renewing for the 20th month. Appreciate that, mate. And MCFC with the 7 months as well. Big up yourself. And and also Belly with the gifted earlier on, which we did talk about. But you made Rodra.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys are on here.
Oh, and Linna for the 28. Thank you. Totally forgot. My fault. My apologies, mate. Thank you for your continued support. And then FIFA with a £5. Hope you Blues are well. Remember, you are important. Don't suffer in silence. Come on, said it. Yes. And FIFA's put links in the last few weeks about the Samaritan case. So please give over there and show that a lot of support as well. Well, that's some news. It's raining in Manchester. Yeah, apparently it is. Is it raining where you are, Ed?
Yes. It's Florida.
Yeah.
It's Florida. Hey, man, we're approaching hurricane season, so.
No, you're in hurricane season. Don't start approaching it.
Nah, we're approaching it. Hurricane season
starts. It was in a
starts.
hurricane 12 months ago there. That was in August.
That was not a hurricane.
It bloody was an hurricane. Did you see Key West in Naples? It got battered.
Okay, yeah.
I was in Naples.
Were you?
Yeah. I went from Orlando. I did a week in Orlando, a week in Naples, and we got battered in Naples.
Well, we had two. We had two, Martin. We had one that came in like November. So, yeah.
They go through names like, Alf, Brenda, Alan. Jesus, to go through the alphabet A to Z twice a year over in America with the hurricanes. Big up, Foggy, mate. I'm sending this week, so you know that is on its way this week. What I'm going to do is, between me and you, because you only live local, I might come and give it to you.
Hey, man, we need to start calling Foggy the Godfather with his.
I'm loving that bit. So, Foggy, I will email you, but I was going to ask if possible, I can maybe drop it off. It's easier for me to take it down to you. Because you are only local, mate. So, what's the news? It's raining. Martin Mamouche is injured. The board need to wait. We don't know how long he's injured for, Ronald. Calm down. Stay off Twitter. When we're here, we're here.
But Martin, I know some people are talking about 115 and ATP doesn't have to deal with it, right? But if you're talking about us breaking England record when it comes to commercialized deals,
British.
Doesn't that kind of vindicate the club in some aspects, or was that too far in the past to look at now for you?
See, this is my thing. I know there was this. A lot of people did this, didn't they? This appetite. If City win 115, they need to go and fight everyone now. I don't think they will, Ed. And I've always had this belief. But a City, are they fighting for them? Or are they fighting for themselves again? Or fighting for other people?
In what facet?
Because like you said, they win 115. Let me check. Let me think of it in a different way. If somebody says, say we win 115, yeah?
Yeah.
Somebody says something bad about the club then, and I don't mean someone on X, someone who means something within the world. Like if someone puts someone on X who is, give me a journalist who's big. Martin Ziegler. Citing Martin Ziegler puts a tweet out and says, despite today's reports of 115 of City's win, I still think that they are cheating bastards and they deserve to be blah, blah, blah. Then you're into that's when City can take action. I don't think they're going to go all the way back for what was said. I mean, how far back do you think, Ed, on that?
Well, I'm saying more of like, I know back in that time when 115 was brought up and everything, people were like, we're cooking the books. Like, how can this club have that commercial value, right? But if we're now breaking British records, doesn't that vindicate the club at that time?
No, because they're still saying we're cheating. Okay. You saw that yesterday. And this is the thing, Anfield agenda. I don't think they will go after him. They're not big enough for City to go after.
Yeah,
With
they're
respect.
not. But that's my thing,
They're
though,
not big
Martin.
enough.
Like, so this is my thing, right? So they're saying first they said we're corrupt, right? And these people are trying to come after us and stuff like that. So now the people that hate us are now working with us in order to benefit us. That doesn't make any sense.
Again, is it just an interest situation?
You know, I'm just talking about from the onlookers' perspective, right? They say 115, oh, the EPL is trying to crack down on us, whatever. But now the people that are supposed to crack us down want to help us. That doesn't make any sense. Or because we're just throwing money at them, right? Like, okay, money, yeah, it's just weird, man.
Big up FIFA. People are saying stay safe to you, Ed, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's it's all good, guys. Like, I
Yeah, I'm
lived
going to
here all
say
my
when
life.
the season starts in July, I don't know where Ed were going, like bloody mid-September.
See, Martin, you have to, if you live here long enough, you know you're just gonna get some rain and stuff
I've
like
been
that.
30 times. I know about bloody Florida.
Okay, you're gonna get some rain and stuff. Like, you might get like a tropical storm.
I
Those are just
danced around
babies.
Epcot in bloody rain, sunshine. And I don't mean a Manchester drizzle. I mean Florida rain. And if anyone lives in Florida, they said Miami Snoop. What I mean by Florida rain.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah.
As in, it pelts you. It absolutely pelts you. It's not even normal rain. I don't know why. It's like someone just tips a bucket of warm water over your head.
And it's done in 10 minutes, right? It's done.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes, and then it's back to 95 degrees, and you're like, hang on, where's that gone? You know, they shut all the rides. Like the bloody rain is about 40 minutes out. And they shut everything.
Oh no.
Drier than hell on the West Coast. Look at that. Over on the West Coast. I'd get the DC's living in the old Beverly Hills, isn't she?
But Martin, trying to bring us back to the club and stuff, like, do you think these commercial deals, I know with tickets and stuff, do you think this kind of like negates ticket prices going back up to where they were before because of all this money coming in from different areas, so it doesn't hurt the fans? You think that's a possibility?
I would like to think so, Ed. But my honest answer is I don't know. I don't know. Do you think they will?
I think when you're talking about maybe like kits and other stuff, no. But I think if we still keep this ownership, I think Khaldun will do right by us, because if you're looking at the tickets for UCL nights and just tickets for this season, you would just hope that they continue that, hopefully. Because what it is for UCL is what, $40 for adults? I mean, £40 for an adult.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good though.
Yeah, so that's the real big point of the protest. Last season was to be heard, and that's why we have to say again, the owners, we have really good owners. They listen to the fans, and they were able to have understanding with the fan groups too. So hopefully that continues. Hopefully it continues.
I know this has come up, and don't worry, Kathy. I know what you're saying. Is there still? Yes, Oil Brothers is on tomorrow night.
They saw you on there, man. They're like, "Yo, is he still good with Newcastle?"
Yes, like I said, I will say this again. I don't have any ill will or any hate towards you. By the way, we're 3 away from 115. 3 away from 115 on the like. So come on, let's try and get 115 and then smash through that from there. Oil Brothers will be there. It will be on live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I will just get you the link now. I'll post the link in here. Whether it works, I don't know. But there is the link for Oil Brothers for 8 p.m. tomorrow on 3 Black and White Eyes. I will put it across the Twitter account as well. But no, I don't have any ill will to Newcastle. They have the ill will to me. Well, I don't think me personally. It's not a personal thing. they've got an ill will towards Manchester City because they think we've folded. And we haven't folded. Where I agree with Newcastle fans is we have pulled the drawbridge up.
But this is the thing, though, right? And this goes back to their owners. They had a chance to be co-applicants with us, and they didn't want to.
Can you explain that, Ed? Because Stefan Bolton also explained that. Because I think it's a point that never, ever gets talked about enough.
No, so they had a chance, just like with other rulings, to join with us to go against the Premier League so it can be a joint lawsuit. Instead, they said, no, we wouldn't. We'd rather sit on the sidelines, but we can give you witness statements to go along with your opinions. So it's kind of like what Hassan likes to say. It's like the elephant in the tree. So they're in the tree looking at us scrap it out, and they're hoping that when everything's done, they can come down off the tree and gain all the benefits. That's not how it works. Either you're going to be all in with us, or you're gonna not, or you're just gonna sit on the side.
Yeah. What they didn't witness, all they did was put a witness statement in. They didn't come and fight with us. So I'm sorry, it is what it is. Right, Bruno will probably grab a pen if we play Nunes. Well, let's see. See, David, happy views. And David, you saw, listen, you know this, David. There was no ill will to Newcastle. Like I've said, if your owners fight this, I'm with you, I'm behind you, I'll support you. But it wasn't City's job to fight for Newcastle. City were fighting for City. And I understand the upsetness that we have pulled the drawbridge a little bit. Maybe we have. It's business, it's not personal. City are part of the cartel. That I disagree with, Yusuf, and I will always disagree with that because I don't believe we are part of the cartel. I understand why people think that, but I don't think we are because we don't want to be part of the cartel. We are against Liverpool and United and Arsenal. 115 is still there, Yusuf. You wanted us gone. We're going to go 5 more minutes. I'm sorry about the injury. Big up, David, mate. Think everyone's injured, mate. Baz, Ian, and Pete Shallow, top guys. Exactly. Pete over at what's it called now? His channel.
Loaded Mag.
Loaded Mag. Go and give them a lot of love. There is no ill will to Newcastle. There's no ill will to Aston Villa. There's no ill will to Everton. But yeah, that's all it is. Needs to rename Oil Enemies. Jesus, everyone's loving it. Listen, I understand the Newcastle fans upsetness. I do. But I went on just to explain the City part of it.
You know.
Listen, again, City we're not here to be for everyone's friends. Like Everton backed us until they heard about shareholders' loans. And exactly. Yeah. Spot on. People vote for the way they vote until it doesn't suit their interests anymore. As soon as the interest doesn't suit that club, they will change their vote. And Newcastle, Villa, United, Liverpool, Bournemouth will all do the same. They will vote for what is best for their club, not what suits other clubs.
Yeah, Martin, even when we were voting against like some of the rules and stuff, right? They wouldn't even vote against it. They abstain.
Yeah. Not Levy. Levy is that. I'm not going to call him that because I don't want to. Not that Levy would never sue me, but I'll enjoy matches. Spare our owners on more. Kick up the air. Exactly. Do you know what, David? I'm with you all the way. And that's what I said last night. You know that. I think you were watching. Question your owners. And I hope it does kick you in because Newcastle are being shafted. I totally agree. You're being shafted. I mean, Nottingham Forest are being shafted now. They've got handball. I mean, bloody hell. You want to talk about a high line? Jesus, wait till you hear Wolfie.
Yo, you should have seen Wolfie deflecting so hard.
He's proper going to get a high line chucked at him now. He's Wolfer. Big up, Tom. Thank you. Member for 15 months. Thank you, mate. Are you the same Tom who came on the other night? I presume you are, but big up, mate.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
No, there was no space tonight, mate. Back tomorrow. My father, I need to look after my father tonight, mate. Yeah. Wolf was trying to say he was never hands out. Piss off. He's gonna love a bit of. He's gonna love all this high line, and then he'll.
No, on his own, Martin, on his own channel, he was freaking out because he was like, we might get Mourinho, we might get Marco Silva. Guys, calm down. We're not gonna get Ainge. We're not gonna get him.
Pep told these clubs to watch out. Exactly. You fight with a bear, you get your arm ripped off. You fought with the bear. The bear showed its teeth and showed it had claws. You got your arm ripped off, and we whack you around the head with it. And you know what we're going to do with 115? We're going to rip your legs and your other arm off, and we'll smack you around the head with the rest of that. And then we'll get your torso and chuck it in the ocean. Sorry, I'd rather be in the castle pissing out than be on the outside of the castle pissing in. Simple as.
Yeah, simple as.
Sorry, it's harsh, but it's reality. Wolfies, there is so many. No, Wolfie's actually all right. You got to remember, people do stuff for YouTube sometimes.
Yeah, for click. Yeah.
I used to think that. Listen, I used to think that about Hussam till I got to know him properly. I used to think that about a lot of people. Then I spoke to him properly. You know, I don't have beefs. I try and get on with everybody in this space. Got to. It's kind of my job now. Why is this guy bringing on Bob? Jesus, I don't. Who is the Norway manager? The final frontier. All right. Bloody hell, Captain Kirk. Martin, I love the mighty win, but he does. Listen, win is. I love win, but I'm not having his Ipswich should be getting the same amount of money as Manchester City. Bullshit. Not having that. Sorry, Win. I love you, Win, but no, I can't have that. Ipswich Town cannot be getting the same amount of sponsorship money as Manchester City Football Club. I am sorry, I'm not doing that. This is not Friends Reunited.
That was like sit around the campfire kumbaya settings.
Listen, I love Win, but no, I was losing the debate until that came up. It's like I said, there's a reason a BMW is like 80 grand and a Toyota is 25, 30 grand. There's a bit of a difference. Yeah, they started off. Do you know what, Crumabis? That's the thing that gets me. They started this. They started this back in 2008. FFP, PSR, ABC, whatever you want to call it, give it every acronym and alphabet letters you want. It feels like bloody alphabet spaghetti the way it goes on. But the simple fact is, because our owners came in and they didn't like the colour of them and they didn't like where they were from and they didn't like the cut of the jib, oh, no. Yes, APT was brought in for Newcastle. Totally agree. But guess what? PSR and FFP was brought in for us. The difference is we won the lottery and there was no rules. So we could spend. Tough titty, said the kidder. Yeah. Anyway, Ed, final thoughts? Because, yeah, I'm just going to keep going on a rant here.
No, it's all good. No,
Are you a beginner basket boo-boo? Anyway, some will remember that and they won't remember that.
No,
that was a long time ago. That a picnic basket boo-boo.
I'm just liking what I'm seeing from the club. You know, in certain aspects, you know, we still have a long way to go.
Oh damn!
But at the same time, you know, this is what you want to see. You want to see progression. You want to see the club being proactive, and you know, this is a good first step.
January, Viana signings. Fucking right back would be nice. Do you know what'd be nice at the minute, Ed? Fucking fit players.
Martin, man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is not on. I know we don't like. We're still trying figuring out like the backroom staff. This is not on the backroom staff at this point in time. This many injuries. They're getting them on international break. They're getting them in when they come on for cameos. This is not. This is not on the backroom staff and training.
Yeah, it's. You know what? If I wake up tomorrow and there's another injury, I give up. I'm taking my boots on Sunday in case I might get a game.
And the crazy thing is, we're doing this a month later, with October international break.
These clubs are now reaping what they sowed. Exactly. Like I said, fight a bear, get your arm ripped off. And you know what? We're not even done yet. We won 2. We got a 3rd one coming. That'll be the big one. And then everyone can kiss my big blue ass. You know what? In that 24-hour stream, I am going to call so many people out in a banter way, but you're getting called out. And your apologies better be as loud as your accusations. Telling you. And the one thing I will say, if City do get found guilty, I will be the first one to put my hand up and go, cheating bastards, I'm not having it. So don't say I won't do it the other way, because I will. But I'm telling you, your apologies better be as loud as your vile accusations have been. And I'm telling you, I don't care if it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon, you're getting it. People still favour Prem after all this is scary. I still want the independent regulator. Yeah, it's weird that one in the head. It was like we were the ones who wanted that. Who was the club who wanted the independent regulator in the first place?
Now everybody's calling for it, huh?
Yeah. Let's have the independent regulator. We wanted it. Hence the white paper. Back 2.5 years, 3 years ago. We were going to vote for the white paper. Oh, no, we don't want that. We'll just charge and try and dump you down to League 17. Kiss my big blue ass. Anyway, right, Ed, final thoughts, mate. Anything you want to add?
Nah, man, just hope everybody's doing well, staying safe. You know, I know, Man City right now is all giving us heart pain, heartache right now, but at the same time, it's always good to be a Blue.
And you know what? This weekend, I'm going to say this. Can we get behind the team? I get people are upset and they're emotional, but this Sunday, let's show why Manchester is blue. Let's get behind the lads. Let's be that 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th man. I don't care what anyone says. We've had a bad, so-called, bad for our standards, 18 months. 12 months even. I won't even say 18. It's only been 3 games. 12 months. But you know what? We have the best owners, the best intentions, and City will come back with vengeance. Never forget that. And as JMCFC says, it's just the beginning. And what is better than to give those rag bastards a slap and we can send them away back to Trafford. And from here on in, for the rest of the week, they will be known as Man United, not Manchester United. They are Man United because there is only one Manchester club and it's big and it's blue. And we'll show it on Sunday. Anyway, thank you all. Manchester is red. You're not even in Manchester, sunshine. You're in Trafford. It's a borough of Salford. Players are up for this Sunday. I've heard they are, actually. I have heard Mr. Erling. Well, I'm hoping Haaland's not put all his vengeance out for Norway tonight because I know he's one angry boy. And so's Bernardo. 18 months ago, we were Premier League champions. It can't be this bad. Yeah. It's like some teams have gone nearly 20 years without winning a title. It's a shame that Trafford won't be in that. Manchester is blue. Good luck for the weekend. Same to you, Steve. Anyway, Ed, thank you for joining us. We will be back. Yep. Don't forget, tomorrow, Blues Down Under will kick off at 10 a.m. Go and show Governor, Rich, Pat, Alan, all your love, plus Skippy the Kangaroo. You can see him there. Don't forget, that will be 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we'll get a redirect over to the South Stand. And then tomorrow, 11 p.m., episode 5. Eddie's back, hopefully with his face on camera. Stateside Blues, episode 5. News from USA in Canada. Go and show them a lot of love. That will be tomorrow night. So 2 shows for you tomorrow. And don't forget, you're going to hear this soon. What about 115? And that's what our rivals are going to look like by the end of it. Because that's the question being asked now. And that's what the outcome will be. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care. And as always, and forever, up the Blues.